Ready to get this second half underway, and Widnes attacking as we watch from left to right. Patrick Arvan's gone for a short one. Yeaman did well to get that. He could hear the hooves behind him of Paddy Flynn.
He's having a big game, isn't he, the winger, Paddy Flynn, the intercept, and the first try that he scored. Boy, that was really upper body strength.
I tell you what's also contributing to this match. That's this pitch. It's a fast pitch, isn't it? They get up, they play the ball. I mean, they obviously don't like getting down on it very much because there's a few bloody knees out there, but it's a tremendously fast pitch. Great surface.
Yeah, it's
not ploughing through mud here.
No, it certainly lends itself to a fast open game. But again, it's a little bit messy at the play the ball area, and they've got them not standing square.
Quick play the ball.
Yeah, pretty smart play by Cameron Phelps.
There's one young man in the crowd tonight, I think, who might be enjoying this. Corporal Paul Black, he is. He's a massive Widnes fan. He's a huge Widnes fan and a veteran of 2 tours to Afghanistan. He travels to the games from Abingdon in Oxford every time that the Vikings are at home. And I bet he's enjoying this from... he loved this from Phelps! Now then, has he got feet in touch? It's a big decision for Phil Bentham, the video referee.
That's the way you run onto a football. Gareth Hawk, he knows he gave away 2 silly penalties, and boy, has he got in the corner. It's a good effort from McDonald.
Feet up, feet up, feet up. Feet up, feet up. Try.
Yes, it's try time. That is a magnificent effort.
Steve, I'm with you. You've got to give the credit to the way Gareth Hawk run onto that ball. There was only ever going to be one winner.
What a start to the second half for the Widnes Vikings. And the corporal from Abingdon and the crowd here. And for Cameron Phelps. Outstanding effort. How on earth did he keep his feet above the ground? I suppose the defender helped. But boy, that's a great try. And what a start. What a start.
It shows you lack of coordination. You can see both of them not standing square. That's where they're gone. Look at Hawk. Come and get me. Nobody went for the legs. He was a great offload. And Phelps said, I'm going to go in the corner. Look at the aggression. Anybody want to take me on? Offload. That's the type of play that you get from Gareth Hawk. He comes with a package. He can be explosive at times. Oh, and he just missed with the conversion.
Yes, off the post and out. Not off the post and in. Widnes hit the front for the first time. Start of the second half.
I think it wasn't just a brilliant finish from Cameron Phelps. I thought the timing of his support play, he almost got it step perfect. He accelerated at the right time, allowing Hawk just enough of a chance to skip and change direction and get the arm free to release that pass. Absolutely perfect from Phelps.
Well, you've got to know the strengths and weaknesses of your teammates, and if you know that one of your big men can get his arm free, you've got to make sure that you push and you support him whenever he plays, and that's exactly what Cameron Phelps did on that occasion.
Well, I wonder whether the half-time messages from coaches are now null and void after that start. Rod?
We'll certainly be happy that his message got through, Eddie, that's for sure, because he was looking to build on that try just before the break from Paddy Flynn, that interception try. And they're pretty pleased with the way the combinations are starting to work with Kevin Brown and Gareth Hawk obviously playing a big part in that try that we've just seen there from Cameron Phelps. So everything going according to the script as far as Widnes concerned. Peter Gentle hoping that try from Flynn wouldn't derail them after what was a pretty good first half in the main for about 35 minutes or so. But they've got some work to do now, Hull FC. Their problem has been that they've switched off for 10-15 minutes every match so far. He'll be hoping they switch back on pretty soon, Eddie, and there's another penalty to the Widnes Vikings.
Yes, and Aaron Jeremiah believes that the ball had simply come loose, but the touch judge near side gave the referee the call that there is stripping here. Has he got it right? Yes, I think he has. 3 penalties in a row at the start of this second half, and a try for Widnes. Momentum switching.
It's going to be difficult for them to get their composure, Hull.
Christine will take it forward.
They're running rampant to the home side.
Dave Allen hadn't had the toothache. He wouldn't be out there right now, Christine, but he is. And Widnes looking to build on this great start they've made to the second half, and Clark comes the short side. He finds Mellor. Mellor is tackled by Galea and also by Jay Pitts. Clark, he's directing the operations. He's going left, he says, and he does. He finds Hanbury. Hanbury couldn't skip his way through the defence. Clark waiting again. 5 metres out. Gives it to Mellor. Mellor then to Brown. Brown goes wide to Arvan. Needed solid defence, and they produced it on that far side.
Got to get the kick away. Try to keep that pressure flying.
Great kick, great kick. It's Dean! Christine wasn't playing this morning. Dave Allen had the mother and father of a toothache, and Christine comes up with the try. What a start to the second half for the Vikings this is. It couldn't have gone any better for Dennis Betts. The script's just been torn up for Peter Gentle.
It all came about from the penalty. Messing around, it was stripped. Jeremiah was deemed to be the culprit. Gets him another 35 metres downfield. And this is what he wants. Brown, the kick is superb, and Dean says thank you very much indeed. It's always difficult when it's in and around the post, but he was the first there who read it superbly. Dennis Betts said yes. 2 tries in as many minutes, and this game has turned on its head. And the big winger, Arvan, surely he'll add to the tally.
He should do. He's bang in front. It was a belting kick underneath the crossbar, and Christine scored the try. Arvan adds the extras, and Christine, who's on his 30th appearance for Widnes in 2 spells, the former Saints man. Well, what a start for the second half for the Vikings.
Eddie, you could tell right from the start the way that they came out. They went for the short kick-off. They didn't get the ball, but look at that. That is a brilliant take from Christine. He just come from nowhere to pounce for that ball, and that pleased the coach, Dennis Betts, and the Widnes fans.
You know, all the teams that finish at the top of the Super League table when we get to round 27 and go on to make the grand final often find themselves in a situation like this, but they're good enough to go on and fight their way back from defeat. Now, it's 20 points to 12, and Hull have just responded in the way that a side that can make the grand final would do. That was my point here now. You can fall in a hole having conceded those tries and penalties, or you can respond and react, and that's exactly now what Hull have to do. With a brilliant kick-off again in this game. They started the game well with the kick-off restart. They've done it here now and forced the ball back, and they can shift the momentum of the match in this play.
Galea let it go over his head. Well,
or not.
We could, yeah, exactly.
I just didn't finish quick enough.
Well, they didn't read the script, did they, either side? You think we can always say it was bad defence by Phelps and an awful decision by Galea, but how about the 2 kicks? Let's give credit to the kickers.
You know, things just aren't going right now here for Hull FC. Reece Hanbury with the kick there, and Ben Galea, he just loses focus of where that ball is. Widnes now head and feet 40 metres from the line instead of being under pressure.
Poor old Phil, he's just suffered the commentator's curse.
About 3 times, actually, in the same sentence. He's dropped the ball.
And Catalan Dragons have beaten the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. Here come Hull again, meanwhile. They've got the ball back.
Yeah, Hock dropped the ball, didn't he, on that far side.
Yeaman is grounded by Joe Mellor.
It's going to take something really, really spectacular now, because this Widnes side have got the pick it up. They've got the defence. They're eager, and why not? They've scored very, very quickly indeed.
Up the middle from the pass by Jeremiah goes Paul Johnson. This is a big stage of the game for Hull FC. Seymour's going nowhere. Good defence from Widnes. You feel that for their own confidence, Hull have to score to get back into this match, and here they come. The pass to Briscoe wasn't the best. The crowd baying for a forward pass decision that doesn't come. Well, that's the last tackle coming up here.
Got to be a good kick.
It's Horn, and he can kick brilliantly. He can. Arvan has dropped it, knocked it backwards, and And it's back to 0 in the tackle count. This is a chance for Hull. Here is McDonnell. Here is McDonnell. He's round Phelps. He was almost round the next two. And another penalty. Gareth Hock across the face of the Hull player.
Well, a full-back stepping all over the joint. You can see there that is a grapple tackle. Gareth Hock tried to just move the arm away at the last minute, but it was seen by the official. Well, they've given themselves room. They've kicked backwards too. This always fascinates me. They kick backwards, and they'll probably just utilise a forward to take it up.
This is Horn, who pops it up to Danny Tickle. Gareth Hock's lifting the legs again. That was risky as well. He offers you so much, Gareth, but he does have this in him. Seymour, great tackle. Wonderful tackle from Stephen Marsh. Jeremiah, Horn. Horn almost dropped that. Hangs on. Widnes' scrambling defence stands firm for the time being. McDonnell to Seymour again. Short ball then to Tickle. Down he goes on tackle number 4.
Hull don't have to panic. There's still plenty of time.
Jeremiah gets it to Richard Horn. Here is O'Donnell. Flying tackle. Flying tackle.
Good work by
Paddy Flynn.
Yeah.
This is Briscoe. He's short and he's in touch. And the Widnes crowd celebrate that as much as they've celebrated the 2 tries at the start of this second half.
Well, the Hull coach, Peter Gentle, will be furious with that. I made the point. Hull don't have to panic. And what do? They panic. Why on earth he take on 3 men on the blind side is anyone's guess. All they had to do was camp down there, make sure they got another set of 6, even get another set after that. Generally, when you get 18 play the balls, you come up with the goods.
Well, the Hull supporters are singing their hearts out, trying to raise the spirits of their team and raise their own spirits. But here comes Hanbury on the break. Oh, the support is there from Hock. It's gone down the short side. Manages to stay in the field of play.
Great work by the fullback, Rhys Hanbury. He's having a belter of a match. Oh, that was dipping. Did well to hang on to that.
Brilliant feat from Mark Mellor.
Could have been a penalty, should have been a penalty. He's allowing the advantage. Another kick from Brown.
It's high, it's high. It's palm back. It's palm back. It's still Widnes' ball. Good hands, Mellor again. Brilliant hands on the bounce. It gets out here, then it's knocked on by Flynn. Maybe that was the game, you know.
Yeah, they could have wrapped it up. He's had a fine match, hasn't he, the winger, Paddy Flynn, but he came up with the header then. Now then, Widnes. Dennis Betts will get the message to him. There's the error.
Is that a momentum changer in this second half?
Well, it could be a saviour for the visitors.
I go back to a good side getting out of trouble, and you know what, I'm a massive fan of Jamie Peacock's. When Leeds have been in trouble in the last 5 or 6 years, they required him to make hard yards, the meters to take the side down the front, and he now requires some of the big Hull forwards to make some ground. Now they'll be assisted here by another penalty.
He's got to have a word with him. That's the third occasion.
Captain.
He is. I think he's going to go on a warning here for persistence offence. John Clark just said to the referee, "You're taking us back too far, he's tired."
Don't say anything. Right,
well, it's no laughing matter, Eddie.
Eye shots, foul play, okay? You need to get yourself sorted.
So skillful, this fella, Gareth Hock, but he becomes undone, doesn't he? That was a high shot straight into the face, and at a time when they'd just taken control of the game.
Oh, that's a blow. That's a massive blow. Christine, who scored the try, is off. Oh, was it Stephen Marsh that? It looked like Stephen Marsh, I think. And that is a big blow. It is Stephen Marsh. Oh, Danny Houghton. Just looking for the pass before he got the ball.
And there were signs from that play of the ball. There was not enough players pushing up in support. Ben Gillard, he jumps out and he's looking for somebody to come short. He has to throw the long ball to Danny Houghton, who's just having a little glance over his right shoulder to see what's on. And Peter Gentle will surely just send the message down. You've got to play more composed.
Well, Peter Gentle used the word disgraceful for his team's performance last year. They haven't been as bad as that tonight. There's no question about that. But I don't think he likes Widnes.
Listen, he dislikes his own team at the moment because they are panicking. And, you know, you get a man with so much experience, Danny Houghton, taking his eye off the football. That's a sin.
You know, when John Clark mentioned to Richard Silverwood that you're wearing him out because you're taking us back more than the 10, he might have a point, because Gareth's come on as a substitute. This is his first start tonight, and he's been out there for 55 minutes or thereabouts.
Well, is that his good points? Is that his bad points?
He's walking a tightrope, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's what
Here
you
he
get
is
with
again.
him.
Gets the ball away. That look forward from Phelps to Arvan. Last one here for... Oh, it's a penalty to Hull.
He never got off the floor to play the ball. You've got to regain to your feet. There's one thing trying to get a quick play of the ball, but he did it against the rules, I'm afraid, Patrick Arvan. Got to regain your feet first on that short side.
Well, that was the one that was perfect to play the ball. And
this one is
good hands. This is the one that's wrong.
Was he pulled down a bit by Briscoe? Maybe they got away with it. Either way, they've got to be careful, Widnes. Dennis Betts has got to get the message out and say, hey, come on, fellas. Under no circumstances allow this whole side to come back into it.
Well, they're talented, Hull, but they've lost the ball here. Yeaman lost it.
I think it was dragged. Yeaman's upset because he thought it was dragged as well. It'll make no difference because the play's gone on and they've come up with the error. The head and feet to Widnes. It was definitely dragged there, one-on-one.
He had a good view of it, didn't he, Richard Silverwood?
Should have been classified as a knock-on. They've got away with it. You ride the luck.
Well, Frank Winstein there, he goes and he drags the ball, but it still goes backwards towards his try line. So I don't think that is a knock-on, Steve-O.
It's not a knock-on, it's play-on, isn't it?
Yep, should have been play-on.
First involvement for Frank Winterstein. Here's the second.
They're just going to play pretty sensible football now of the Widnes outfit. Whilst Hull are just losing the plot, Widnes have to just make sure they camp down. It's getting a bit fractious.
Winterstein again.
Neat little touches from Kevin Brown yet again.
And good tackling by Richard Horne. He never lets them down. Here's Mellor, spreading it to Gareth Hock. Oh, Gareth Hock just dumps that back. Lloyd White has picked it up. Westerman gets to him and wrestles him to the ground. The crowd said that was high. Richard Silverwood disagrees. Up it goes again, off the boot into the night sky of Kevin Brown. It's caught by Patrick Arvan. He just couldn't get the ball away.
Yeah, he's lost it. That'll be play on.
I bet some of those Hull defenders on that far side of the field, Eddie, over the right for them, they're pretty relieved because Gareth Hock seems to have switched sides at the moment. They haven't got that frightening sight running at them anymore, but the players on this side better get used to number 22. Here's a player capable of doing absolutely anything, probably the most talented natural runner of the ball on this field, Tom Briscoe. And in the next 20 minutes or so, he has the ability to lift his side from a tricky situation here.
Jeremiah going nowhere, though.
Good disciplined defence by this Widnes outfit. You can see there that Gareth Hock was not going to be dragged into it.
Seymour's long ball this time finds the man, O'Donnell. He skips away from a couple. Gets the pass to Houghton. There's good work on the floor then by Alex Gerrard. He held on to his ankle. Richard Horne. And a dab through by Paul Johnson. Well, I don't know what he's doing. Kicking. Let's get some news on Stefan Marsh. It's Rod.
Thanks, anyway. Widnes going to have to close this game out without Stefan Marsh. He's still in the changing room getting medical attention. Nasty arm injury, could be broken. They won't know the damage until they send him for a scan and an x-ray later, but it didn't look good as he left the field, and he's still in there getting some attention. He won't be back tonight, that's for sure.
Well, that's a blow for Stefan Marsh, and maybe another blow for Widnes, because there is Kevin Brown, only just back in the side after that ankle injury, and it looks like there's a problem for him. Oh, he twisted the left ankle now.
It's back to
six to go, meanwhile, for Widnes.
Well, he's starting to control the game, wasn't he, Kevin Brown? His kicking game in the second half has been superb, but it looks as though he's going to have to leave the field. He'll take no further part in this game. And this will leave a lot on the shoulders of Joe Mellor. He's now got to stand up. Rhys Hanbury, the fullback, he'll start injecting a little bit more.
And it's back to 0 again in the tackle count. It wasn't a knock-on, and Hull fly hacked the ball forward. This is a bitter, bitter blow for Widnes, and a bitter blow for Kevin Brown.
Well, he's been the brains of the outfit, and they've got an offside decision here. Dennis Betts will be upset about to see Kevin Brown being taken from the field, but well, they're becoming their own worst enemy, I'm afraid, this Hull side. You can see Danny Houghton.
Ben Cross has got a crock now. It looks like he might have pulled a hamstring or something.
Well, he's just trying to stretch it off, Eddie. He's just at the back of the ruck now, trying to stretch it off. He's up on his feet. So Dennis Betts will have his fingers crossed.
Well, they'll be running out of replacements if anything else goes wrong here. This is Winterstein.
And this is where Widnes just want their opposition. They'll have to change the tactics, remember. Kevin Brown has been in charge of the kicking department. He's off the field of play. Mellor will be calling out. He'll be calling all the shots now. This will be a run-in from Gerrard. No, they've gone the blind side. Good switch.
And it's Hanbury who gets it away to Phelps. And Phelps scores his second. Well, they looked in disarray, Widnes, with players going off the field injured. But they've just come up with a third try of this second half. And Cameron Phelps has scored it. And there is a major problem. First of all for Stephen Marsh, and second of all for Kevin Brown. And those pictures seem to indicate that's serious.
Yeah, it looks as though the knee's a big problem. This is a beautiful switch and good off-field, off-angle running on the dummy. Watch the dummy come through there. Another one too, and that was easy. Cameron Phelps, who took a knock himself. Two dummy runners created it. Neat little offload there from Rhys Hanbury. We said that Rhys Hanbury had to come up and make his part now that Kevin Brown's left the field of play. But Phelps surely has shut the door on any fight back from this whole side.
Well, there is plenty of time left for them. At the moment, it's 2 converted tries, the margin. If this goes over, it'll give Widnes a little bit of breathing space. But aren't the margins in this game incredible? You know, the first weekend we saw Gareth Ellis off the field. He's missed that kick, so it stays at 2 converted tries. Gareth Ellis off the field for Hull before a ball was kicked in the season, injured in the warm-up. And here tonight in his first game back, first game for Widnes, Kevin Brown has picked up yet another ankle problem. Just buckled underneath him. And as you see, Marsh is in there as well. It's like Holby City, the Widnes dressing room.
On a positive note for the Viking supporters, I remember a game that Widnes played last year. I think it was at Casford, when they spent ages and ages attacking their opponent's try line with an inability to get through it and score. I think they've shown today in Super League, here's another one of those kicks. Has he got it this time? Just about. They showed, didn't they, that they look like a Super League side. They're attacking, putting a play on that we see other teams doing. Lloyd White providing a first pass, then a final one for the try. And they're looking now, aren't they, like they belong in this division.
But this is a massive, if it becomes a win, it's a great win, a massive win, but at what price? What price with Marsh? Rod said possible break of the arm. Kevin Brown could be anything when he lost his the studs just stuck in the surface and away he went.
The difficulties are, Eddie, when you play a contact sport, you're going to come up with injuries. It's how good is your squad to compete and challenge week after week in Super League.
And it doesn't get any easier for Widnes after this. Just look at what's coming in the next 5 games. Bradford here, Catalan away, Wigan away, Warrington home, Huddersfield away.
Well, if you're playing Super League, you've got to play the best sides and some of the best players in the world.
But you could do with your best players on the field when you play.
Of course you could, Eddie. Of course you could.
Well, you can only continue on, Eddie, with the players that you have out on the field of play, and I'm sure that Dennis bets. But my mind goes back to the point in that first half when Hull were leading 12 points to 4. They were attacking, they were in control of the game, and they gave away an intercept from Brett Seymour, and the game has just completely changed from that.
It might change a bit more here now, because this is Lynham, and this kid is on fire. He's just checking it here, Richard Silverwood upstairs.
Well, I think he's got it down.
There was pace and there was power. But they're now looking at an obstruction in back play. Pace and power from Lynham. Well-crafted try down the right-hand side, but they're looking for a possible obstruction in back play. And there it is. And I think in the letter of the law, it could be chalked off this.
Well, they'll go and have a look at it, but was it all that obvious?
Well, he's taken 2 players out, the contact. Westerman is the man with the ball.
But has he gone between them?
Joe Arundel then runs and takes 2 men out. I don't know.
Does he impede Cameron Phelps? That's what the video referee has to decide. Does he stop the black jersey in number 3 getting to tackle the man who's going to receive the ball there now, Richard Horn?
Or is it a bad decision by Phelps?
It could be a 50-50, this one. I would say play on. And they're going to have a look at see whether he gets it down.
Yes, they are. So the indication is this is going to be given.
He knows only one way, this kid.
Fantastic effort. Yeah. Fantastic effort.
Give me the ball, I'll go through you. Not interested in going round you. This will be TRY.
And it is. It is. There was a collision in back play, but Lynham, who has been out on dual registration with York this year and scored 4 tries for them. He's come into the Hull side in the last couple of weeks because Jason Crooks is not too well, and he scored that tremendous try. And there was everything in that. And now Westerman. This is a big kick. This is a big kick. He's missed it. A collective sigh of relief from the Widnes supporters.
Well, this is nervous times now for both sides, but Tom Lynham, that was a brilliant try from the youngster. You can see that Cameron Phelps, he sinks in, he gets this all wrong. He doesn't see the man coming round the back. And just look at the confidence from this youngster. He holds the ball in 2 hands, he pumps it inside. He knows there's nobody there, but all he's doing is kidding Lloyd White. A good finish.
Exceptional finish. 21 years of age. In the side beaten by Warrington last week. Might be in a side beaten by Hull this week, but he has given them hope for the last quarter of an hour or so. They're 8 points adrift. The black and whites of Hull.
There's a bit of a glimmer there, but they know they've got to get on that scoreboard very quickly.
It's a black and white night, this, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Oh dear. Seymour. Well, his confidence appears shot to pieces.
Yeah, he's having a mare, isn't he? Remember, he was the one that sent out that very, very poor ball. He had it. It just looks to see what's coming at him. I'm sorry, but that's a schoolboy error, and he knows it. Doesn't need us to tell him.
He doesn't, Steve. Well, confidence is a huge thing in sport, and he's not played since round 1, since he was dropped when he played against Leeds, and Peter Gentle's now brought him back into the side, and things like that will just be playing on his mind now.
Well, he's got experience of the NRL in Australia with the New Zealand Warriors. 2010, 2011, he's a Queenslander. Hep Cahill takes it forward for the Vikings again. That's tackle number 3.
Well, John Clark has enough experience. The skipper knows where and when, what they have to do. They won't panic. They'll just make themselves available. Pitch the tent, camp down.
Here's Clark.
Good work.
Winterstein, good tackle. That's a good tackle by Seymour. Clark again, slides the kick in through the legs, tried to go through the legs.
There'll be a knock on.
I think it's back to 1 and Widnes have it. So here is Mellor. He nearly fooled everybody then. He didn't fool the 2 defenders in front of him. Clark gets the ball away. Hanbury.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Good defence.
Yeah.
Good defence from Arundel. 3-on-3. It was Phelps, who also has got that knee injury that is obviously giving him some jip as well.
Yeah, he's not 100%, that's for sure.
Eamon O'Carroll. Oh, he tried to offload that, and Hull have got the ball back.
Well, this is nervous times.
O'Mealy will trundle it forward once again.
It's important now, Widnes, do not. This is the incident where they got it. Maybe it was pushed back. Looked like Richard Whiting got a hand to it, and that's Whiting there. He's getting some good treatment. Be careful, don't give a penalty away. He knows it, there's Dennis Betts.
You know, the more games we can get that go into the last 10 minutes of the match with the game still in the balance, the better it's going to be as a season, and this looks to be like another one. We saw one last week, Salford and Hull KR, and here at Hull now trying to charge back and come from behind and lift the confidence of the supporters in themselves.
That was a solid run from Andy Lynch, but this is the last tackle. Galea gets it away to Yeaman, and Yeaman gets it to Joe Mellor.
No doubt that Mellor called for that. Yeaman realising they had to keep it away, keep it alive. Now then, just hard work, nothing silly.
Paddy Flynn. He might have called, you're
Not
right.
sure.
Patrick Arvan.
But on the back of that run from Andy Lynch, all he had to do was kick the ball into the corner and try and force the error from the Widnes Vikings. Simple little plays turn into points.
Gareth Hawks hanging on under pressure from O'Mealy. This is Lloyd White.
Well, look at Phelps there. He's got his knees wrapped up. He can barely walk, never mind run. That's where Hull, if they get the possession this time, it's a good high kick, and they're going to leave it. Yes, they are. They do the right thing.
That was knocked. It's back to 0 in the tackle count again. Cahill has got hold of it. Briscoe has got hold of him.
What's the first knock on?
Double knock on, he says. Double knock on, and I think the first was Hull's, so it's Widnes head and feet.
Well, they did the right thing, Hull. They kept off him and said, well, we'll get it. Ball was going backwards, and that was the first knock on.
Well, in the first half, possession was shared pretty even between these two sides, but in the second half, for one reason or another, like what we've just seen there, Widnes have had more of the ball, and over 60% of the second half ball with the Widnes Vikings. Really, this should be helping them to win this match.
And Christine, who scored that fine try underneath the crossbar. 11 minutes remaining. It's an 8-point ball game. Ben Cross and Cahill looks for the runners. It's Mellor. It's Winterstein. He stepped through them and he scored the try for Dennis Betts. But it might just wrap it up. It's got to be seen again on the video referee. He's checking the grounding. That's all. But the reaction from Winterstein, the reaction from the Widnes players says this is going to get the green light. Let's see.
Galea just half stops him. He breaks through. McDonald. That's time. No worries about that at all. He regained his feet in Winterstein and said, don't worry, folks. This is TRY. And this surely will wrap up the game for the home side. Listen to this crowd.
Well, he got a try here against Hull last August. He got a try against London in the opener. He's missed the last two. The big Samoan.
Okay, mate.
The big Samoan has bounced back and has got the try that just might clinch it for the Vikings.
You can see there that Briscoe got a fingertip to it. That was the first of the knock-ons, okay. And from that position, we said they didn't have to do anything fancy. Just send the big fella through. He pushed off Galea. Galea came back, second occasion, half stopped him. But he had the momentum. Nice little step, great hairstyle, and that's a wonderful, wonderful moment for Dennis Betts. He's worked hard with his team. Yep.
There he is, Frank Winterstein, big Frank. And he's planted the ball down just right of the uprights. It's not bang in front. Bang in front, it seems to be Patrick Arvan's job. Anything out wide, it's Rhys Hanbury. And he's added the extras. Well, you remember last year when Widnes waited and waited and waited for their first victory of the season. With a lead like that, I think they're going to have 2 wins from the opening 5.
Eddie, that was a big play, that. Frank Winterstein, when he gets that ball, there's no hole in front of him. He picks out Bengalade, who's normally a better defender than what he's shown then, and Brett Seymour, and he just powers over. But as well, he keeps the ball up. He doesn't plant his elbow down to get over that try line.
And remember when Widnes won in London in the first week of the campaign, the first time they'd won on the opening week for 6 Super League seasons. Friday, Warrington Saints, 7:30, 2 HD. Next Saturday, we're in London for the visit of the other team from East Yorkshire, Hull Kingston Rovers, 6 o'clock on 3 HD.
And fully deserved victory for Widnes, especially in the second half. Those 2 quick tries.
Oh, don't give it to them, Steve-O, not yet. Cahill has made a porridge.
They've done everything right since taking the lead. They've just had good composure.
It's your turn. Commentator's curse. It's your Clarkie before you now.
Do you know, I was just about to say, they've not made many errors coming away from their own line.
And you wouldn't think that Cahill would make them, because he's been a rock for them.
He's been absolutely outstanding over the last year and a half. He's led this team from the front.
But another try here, and it is all on again. Good game. From a neutral's point of view, it's been tremendous.
Yes, it has.
I don't think the Hull supporters who've made the journey across, and I don't think the coach will enjoy this. But they'll be dining out and they'll be drinking out in Widnes tonight if they hold on. They've got it back, Widnes.
And
Jeremiah lost it.
And that just about sums it up, the way that this game has gone in the second half, because the Widnes side have been more eager. They wanted this win. They wanted the ball. They got the possession. And I'm afraid the heads have gone down.
There's a little bit of a slap round the back of the head from John Clark on Richard Horne.
He's had a fine game, though, as the skipper, John Clark. He's controlled things out there.
I think in the adversity that they've suffered with losing the Stephen Marshes and the Kevin Brown on his debut, I think it's been a tremendous performance.
And that's all you know. He's got out the full there.
They've done him again. It's another curse.
It is amazing, isn't it? But I think he knows that with a 30-16 scoreline, that
and 7 to go.
Yeah, the clock's going to beat them.
I think the bigger issue is the fact that the team they're playing against aren't attacking well. In the first 10 minutes, they were put attacking players on. The ball went to ground. They didn't quite have the timing or the players in the position. Maybe the loss of Daniel Holsworth has like disjointed what they've practiced for the last few months. But they don't really look, do they, that players in the right position when they're giving them the ball.
Briscoe had a little juggle there. He might have been away had he not.
Good tackle by Mellor. He's had a fine game too.
He has. O'Mealy takes it forward solidly, and he's met by Eamon O'Carroll. Eamon O'Carroll, not the biggest prop forward in the world, but boy, he's stocky. Stands his ground, won't trade an inch.
Dennis Betts will be delighted with the defence, Eddie, from his side tonight.
It's been just not their night.
No.
They're anxious.
Well, even when they were leading 12-4, they were still trying to virtually score off every play. And this fella, Peter Gentle, has learnt a lesson tonight, because Dennis Betts has just got his side to slowly but surely just eat away, get themselves into this game. And once they took the lead, they've never left the stranglehold on their opposition. It's been a good team effort from the home side.
It has, and Hull chasing their first away win of the year. They lost at Leeds. They were disrupted completely by the Gareth Ellis business. Boy, they were plucky at Saints a couple of weeks ago when they got the draw. They looked to bounce back from last week's home defeat against Warrington here, but they've not done it. It's going to be Widnes' night. It's going to be Widnes' night, and Hanbury's looking to make it worse for Hull. Paddy Flynn will have a little run.
And he's done that plenty of times tonight, hasn't he? He's had a wow of a game.
Mellor spreads it. Here is Gareth Hock. He lost that, Gareth Hock. He was trying to offload it and he's put it down into the last 5 minutes. It might not be an expensive error.
Well, you can afford to do it, Eddie, when you've got such a commanding lead. That's what they brought him here for, because he's a wonderful offloader.
It's a game that's of ifs, ands, buts and maybes, but if that had have gone to Hanbury, he was in.
Yeah.
Do you know, Eddie, I'm sure Peter Gentle, when he looks back at this game, he'll see that the Widnes players seem to have run harder than their opponents, and there's been a number of times when Hull FC have gone in to try and effect the tackle, but they've been left on the floor, and Widnes have got up, played the ball quicker than their opponents during the 75 minutes of this game.
Houghton is a dummy half. Here is Whiting. And Widnes offside. Too eager. Too eager to get forward into the faces of the Hull players.
Good work by Houghton. Called him offside. They weren't looking. Quick tap.
It was a great tackle, that, though, by Lloyd White on Danny Tickle. Just halted the momentum.
Go. Come on.
Fend off there, and Houghton finds Jeremiah. Again, well, the error count for Hull FC tonight will be alarming to the coach.
Well, he was trying to find a winger. Peter Gentle knew it, but Joe Westerman, I'm afraid, he stuck his hand out.
53% completion rate in this to Hull FC in the second half, or the whole match. The whole match, 53%.
Well, you've got to say, Eddie, that Westerman, it was being cut out. It was a cut-out pass, and he just lunged with his hand. They just haven't coordinated, have they, in the second half?
But it was the short ball that was on, Steve. It wasn't a long ball to the winger. He should have given it a short ball to Joe Westerman, who was through the hole.
And there are coaches who say your completion rate doesn't matter, but it's what you do when you have the ball.
Completion rate is not all about 5 drives and a kick. If you haven't got the ball, you can't score a try. Completion rate is everything. If you've got the ball, you've got more chance of scoring. And if some of the better teams in Super League control the ball, well, they'll score quite a few tries, let's say that. And
Widnes have had 76% tonight. And they've got 30 points on the scoreboard with that 76%.
Thank you, Professor O'Connor.
I just wonder which university he's at, Steve-O.
Probably did the plumbing. Oh, this. Go for goal, go for the 2.
No, surely keep the pressure on.
Go for the 2.
Keep the pressure on, keep rolling forward.
Well, all the crowd want to. All the crowd want to. It's Rhys Hanbury's job out there. If it's because it's not in front of the sticks, they are. They're going to keep the pressure on right to the bitter end.
They looked a bit confused. Either way, they'll set up now.
A 6-try night for Widnes so far. They're after the 7th with Clark. And that's Eamon O'Carroll.
I'm going to put my money on.
He's had a great night against his former club. Left them midway through last year to come to Widnes. Hock, short ball, and Phelps, who's on a hat-trick, another man who used to play up at the KC Stadium and at Wigan. Oh, here! Big defence needed.
It had to be as well, and look at that. I mean, Phelps has played the latter part of this game on one leg.
Gareth Hock!
He's got it!
Gets the 7th try! Or does he?
Yes, he's got it down.
Just the grounding needed to be looked at. Everybody on this stand in front of us stands up, moves forward to have a look at the big screen. Listen to the cheer if it hits the whitewash.
Squeezes through, no doubt in my mind. Lunges out. On that whitewash. Oh, is it a double move?
Did the ball, Steve-O, just touch the ground?
Yeah, could be a double move.
Just before.
He has control there, but it's short. That has to be a double movement, I'm afraid. It's sad.
Does he lift the arm and propel it forward, or does it roll, Steve?
No. He propels it forward, goes down, and then maybe on that one, I don't know.
Well, you can find anything in slow motion.
Do you know, you'd love to see it at full speed, Eddie. I agree with you.
Oh, give it to him. He's had a big night.
No, I don't think Peter Gentle will want you to give it to him. What does Phil Bentham say? Gareth Scott, 2 in 2 weeks. Games played, no, 4 games played for Widnes. They've got the game in hand. 4 games played, 2 victories, 50%.
That was a penalty yet again. He deserved it as well. So often, hero to villain, villain to hero. He'll finish a hero again. There's no doubt in his talent. There's no doubt in his enthusiasm. And the crowd went absolutely bananas when that TRY came up on the big screen.
Yes, he's a hero already. Hanbury just adds a little bit of icing.
Steve, I thought you might have picked up the distribution from John Clark in this game, because when Gareth catches that ball, he doesn't have to break his stride, and that's what gives him the chance of scoring that try. John Clark has absolutely led this team today. He's been exceptional at dummy half, as has that man, Gareth Hock.
And I think he's had to get that responsibility a little bit more when, of course, when they lost Kevin Brown, their playmaker. But this has been an all-round effort from Widnes. I've been extremely impressed.
Cameron Phelps just walks the ball dead. There'll be no time to restart this. They finished 2012 at the bottom of the pile. They picked up the dreaded title of holding the wooden spoon. I made a note before the match that they would be happy with any improvement in 2012. After this performance and this scoreline, they have bigger ambitions than that. For Hull, well, Peter Gentle has got a problem or two. Let's go down and see what John Wells made of it.